Hey guys, and welcome to my 17th daily blog. Welcome back to the people who watch these, and welcome to anyone new. I'll quickly go through what these videos are about before going ahead if you're new. So what they are, I'm an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur yourself, or someone who's hungry for success, you will know we learn lots each day. From reading articles, from mentors, from coaches, from just failing, and from just discussing with people and going through work each day. We'll have many learnings each day. So what I do is I curate my learning through the past few days into content that I believe will be valuable to you. So we've done lots of valuable things, lots of things we've done, sort of how to create a great to-do list, how to deal with failure, I did a great one the other day dealing with fear in business. My one tip, it was just one tip, so it was a very interesting one. So lots of really engaging content that'll be valuable to you. And what makes this channel so unique is I'm in the grind, as they say. Gary Vee, big influencer, as you'll know. I'm in the grind. I'm in the journey. I've not achieved these heights of Gary Vee, Peter Voogd, Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins. I'm not at that stardom. This is what's so raw and unique about my channel, is that you see the journey, you see the grind of me going through my successes and failures, and I will blog them every day to you so you can learn from them. It allows me to reconfirm my knowledge and allows you to learn from it as well. So we're all win-win, and we'll get to our successes together, and we'll all be happy in the end. So, what is today's about? This is a very interesting one because I find it's argued a lot. And the reason, like I said, these are always based on recent learning. So this is based on an article I read today and sort of what I did over the weekend. So work-life balance, and is it a myth? Work-life balance, and is it a myth? I'll see you back in a minute. Welcome back, guys. So, work-life balance, is it a myth? Now, it's funny, this one, because going through university, you'll know, and if you've been through university, it gets preached a lot, the work-life balance. They say a lot about how they give you theories and models on it and how to balance life and work, and they really preach it in university, how it's such a crucial thing. And I don't dispute that. Making sure you have enough time for your work and having enough time for your life is a very important thing. But there's so many models and theories and ideas around the work-life balance. I think it's just become a bit messy, and now people feel like it's a myth because the true grind is the people who just work and work and work and work, think there's no time for family, it's just work, work, work to get your top successes. And there's other people that will integrate their families into work. So it's an interesting topic, and I think you're going to get multiple of answers depending how you are, depending who you ask. And I think that's very deeply down to their work ethic and how much they value themselves and their family, because there could be a multiple reasons for what they say, but I think you'll find different answers from different types of people who have different work ethics. So that's what I think comes down to. But we're going to dig a little deeper and sort of give you an understanding of what the benefits are to make sure there's a balance, and sort of why people might be arguing the whole balance with it. So like I said, the grinders like Gary Vee, Peter Voogd, Tony Robbins, they're always like grind. And the reason I'm going through this today is last weekend, the weekend that's just gone, I was going to do some work. I'm creating a blog for a brand. I'm also creating my personal blog. I'm doing these YouTube videos, as you can see, but I'm also going to do a written blog and a podcast, so you should definitely go see it but it's not ready yet, so you can't, but I'll let you know about that. But yeah, I was going to do that this weekend. But then I decided to spend some time with my brother on the Saturday, and I spent some time with him. Then I had really good fun. And I was going to do the work Sunday, and we planned another day, and we had another day together. Now, yes, that has put me a little bit back on work, but it's not drastic. It's not my life has ended just because I put some more time to my family, my brother. So that I'm not in a screwed position now. However, I do feel a lot more rejuvenated, a lot more fresh, that I'm able to work now, because I've just, instead of devoting, which I will devote most weekends to work if I'm not doing anything, I'll just devote it all to work, because then it means I can catch up on a lot of stuff I can't do in the week. But I was happy to just devote this to my brother, and we had a really nice day, sort of went for walks and went to the cinema and stuff like that, so it was good fun. So it was kind of a good understanding to when I took a weekend away from work and sort of see just spending time with the family, sort of the balance of how that can have on your mental state. So that's why I'm talking about this today, is I've just gone through it this weekend. And before I go through the three points that I say are really, really crucial and important to why you do ensure you do have some sort of balance with work and family. I'm going to just quickly touch on an article I read today, which also encouraged me to do this video. So it's an Inc. article. If you don't follow Inc. articles, I would highly recommend. They do great articles, really fun, always on trend, and really interesting stuff, and get loads of experts in from like Shark Tank and Dragon's Den and all stuff like that. So I found an article, and it was 3 reasons why work-life balance is a myth. So I thought it was really interesting, so I read into it. If I was going to do a video, I thought I'll read into this, see what it's like. And the 3 points they made were, number 1, balance is what you make of it. Balance is what you make of it. Number 2, life is too messy for exact balance. And number 3, the focus should be on work-life integration, not balance. Now, what do I gather from those 3 points? They make 3 very valid points. Balance is what you make of it. That's true. It's what we perceive it as. Maybe me devoting half a day to my family is great balance for me, but for another family, you'd be like, no, that it should be 3 days you should be given to your family, 2 days, the full weekend. I don't know. So again, I can understand that. I can appreciate that. Life is too messy for exact balance. Yes. At the end of the day, things do happen. I mean, you should have some sort of systems to your consistent habits each day and making sure, obviously, you're on top of work and everything. But at the end of the day, things are quite messy in life. Even though you should be very on top of them, that's what the winners are. They're winning because they're on top of life and they're very in control. But then again, obviously, things do happen out of our control. And the focus should be on a work-life integration, not balance. Now, I really do agree with this one, and this actually is embedded into what my 3 bonuses, what my 3 benefits are going to say. Integration comes into it, and yes, you can have a messy life, but at the end of the day, if you have a messy life, and obviously things can happen when you don't expect it, and that can obviously take up time. I find myself when I'm scheduling time for things, it can take twice as long. It's just, we know it happens, you know it, I know it. So yes, absolutely. But at the end of the day, the core thing is that you have to, I say you have to spend time with your family and friends, and you should. 100%, no matter how successful you want to get, no matter whether that's in monetary, happiness, cars, whatever it is, whatever you want to achieve in life, you should 100% provide time to your family, whether that's 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day, a weekend, whatever it is, a few days, a month, or on holiday, whatever it is, you have to devote some time. And these are the 3 reasons why you should do that. I'm going to go through my 3 reasons of why you should ensure you do that. So, number 1, this builds relationships/repairs relationships. So there's builds and repairs relationships. So this is where the integration part comes in, because I said about when Inc. said about the integration, not the balance. I think this is great. It's a great point, and that's what I'm saying with building relationships and putting time to your family, is that you should take them on the journey with you, instead of, because I think especially at the start, I know I found this when at the start and doing my first startup, that I found that only I could do it, and obviously I had mentors and people supporting me through it, but I felt like my family just wouldn't have a clue of anything. And you can't undermine them, and you have to appreciate, yes, they might not be as tech savvy as you, and obviously they're not going to be in tune to the things you're doing, because you're doing it every day, you're going to know a lot more than them. But give them time. You've got to appreciate that. Especially if they're questioning their interest in it, that's a fantastic thing, because you'll find with most family and friends that there's a lot of doubt due to the worry for you, and sort of they just want to keep you safe. But that can be a huge hindrance if you really take your family's word as gospel, which I'm sure you will a lot of the time because they're your family, and 2, that you're very influenced by your family. So I would say take them, whether they hating it or loving it, just try to integrate them somehow with your journey, whether it's just giving them a general update through the week, or when they ask questions, be really happy to answer it. Don't be like, oh, you don't know this. Let them explain it to them if they're genuinely interested. And it's nice always to chat through. And again, that might give you different perspectives at things in business anyway, because everyone perceives things differently. So the part of, yes, it builds relationships, but when you're building that relationship, make sure you're taking them on the journey with you, because they've been there from day one. So don't just kick them out now because you're starting day one of your business, because they've always been there since day one of your life. So let them embark into your new life. So that's a big one for me, and obviously to build the relationships, and obviously if you've got any damaged relationships, it helps you repair them. And doing this it just gives you a clearer mind. Like I said, when I spent my time with my brother this weekend, I just feel so much more clear-headed. I feel more rejuvenated. I feel more focused. And I feel that's really important when you feel like to get everything done, you just need to work. And there's definitely times where I feel like I have to do that, and I feel like I have to work every weekend. And for sure, I get stuff done. But if you always do that, you will become so inefficient. I know that sounds weird, but you'll just become so lackluster, and the juice behind you, if you will, the passion will start to deteriorate, and the anger will creep up, and the negative emotions will creep and start seeping into your work, therefore making you less efficient in time, and you just won't be enjoying it. And at the end of the day, you ain't going to produce good quality work if you're not enjoying it. So there's so much more layers to just that point of building a relationship. It's repairing relationships, it's repairing yourself mentally, it's repairing yourself inside, giving you more positive thoughts, giving you nice memories, and it's allowing them to be more integrated with your life, and therefore allowing you to be more integrated as a family and be more loving to each other, and therefore it helps you to love yourself as well. So there's a lot I can talk about there, but the essence of it is it builds relationships, which is always a really strong one, which I found this weekend. I really built my relationship further with my brother because we spent a lot of time together. Number 2, helps you stay humble. Now, this is a very important one for when you start achieving a bit more stardom, whichever way you quantify that. I guess it's by money. When you start getting the big bucks in, money can make us do funny things. I've by no means hit the money. I've increased my money. I'm happy. I've not hit like millions of pounds, so I don't really know what it'll do to me. But I'd like to think I'd stay humble, and through my morning routines and so forth, which I've talked about in another video, I believe that will help me stay humble. But a true one to staying humble is literally just, again, giving time to your family, because it allows you to understand your roots, and obviously you know roots, but it allows you to keep embedded in your roots. And you should never forget where you've come from. I understand you're going to change hugely, and I appreciate that. If I was to compare myself to 5, 10 years, 3 years, 2 years, I'm a changed man, and I will be in 3, 4, 5 years. Again, I'll be another change. But you change so quickly in the early start. I find in the early start of entrepreneurship. I don't know about the later start yet because I haven't got there. But like, you change so fast. Like your mental, the way you think, the way you feel. Like I've changed. Like every year I'm very different. But as a person, my humor, and not just my humor, but my fun and being who I am with my friends and family has always stayed the same. It's always stayed the same, what I've stayed with my friends, and they've said that. So I've always stayed who I am as a person. Obviously my business is sort of my business thoughts and acumen, the way professional sort of stuff like that will change, but me as a person has stayed the same, which means that's really filled me with confidence with staying humble. So yeah, obviously integrating with your family and as putting time to your family and to your friends ensures you stay humble and be grateful for what you are. And if you're grateful for what you are and you're humble, you'll achieve true success in this world. Sorry about the background noise, by the way. Dogs yapping off. They threw me a little bit. I was trying to think of what I was saying, and it was really difficult because I had the dog going off in the background. So I apologise about that. So, number 3, good for your mental health. This is the most important one. This is one that I really want to drill down because this is something I struggled with in the past. So, putting time to your family and friends, it's more not just the aspect of putting time to your family and friends and building relationships, but it's the aspect of just taking your mind away from work. Because when you just I love this quote. I can't remember why. I think I got it from the film Catch Me If You Can, one of my favourite films. The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see. So that's in regards to work. So if you're working all the time, thinking you're trying to figure out all these things, the more you look, it's like the more you look, the less you'll see. You have to just sometimes take a breather, take a step back, and just take your mind out of that situation for a few days. Or for a few hours, whatever, just take yourself out and then come back, and you just have such a more fresh palette. And this will help a lot of your mental health of looking things better. But more importantly, it'll help you with sort of social anxiety and being anxious in social situations, because you'll find if you're just on your, like me, on my laptop and phone every single day. And at one point when I did my startup, I was literally on the phone and laptop every single day for, I don't know, about 5-6 months. Like that was me set. In that 5-6 months, I probably went out, I don't know, less than 7 times. I mean, obviously I went out to sort of do stuff, but in regards to actually doing stuff with friends and family, no. I went out like once a month. And it started affecting me. For 2 months, I struggled socially. I'd never in my life struggled socially. I actually felt uncomfortable to be around my friends at one point. Nothing they'd done nothing at all. I was that hidden away from the world. I was that sucked into what I was doing, so focused, so anxious and nervous about getting everything right all the time, because it was my first startup, that I was just so hidden away and I didn't want to be around anyone. And that furthered my depression. It furthered not helping me, obviously, balancing my work and life. So I really struggle, and it really, I don't regret it, because I learned, like, if that hadn't happened, like, it would attack me again and again. So I've learned from this. So that's again why I love doing these videos, that I've learned so much from that. I'm happy that I went through that, because like that is probably one of the best learning curves I made on my first company, was just understanding you have to put time to yourself. Like, you have to, otherwise you'll just go insane. And that's really something that's really true to me. Again, I'm going to be raw on this channel. I'm not going to hide away from anything. That's that's me. I honestly struggle. I don't think many of my friends do that, but I struggle with anxiety hugely. Not as much, not now, due to obviously going through it, learning. So what I'm saying is, spending time with your family and friends, it allows you to ensure it helps your mental health, in just staying fresh, rejuvenated, and not being as anxious in social situations. Obviously, it helps your people skills, which is really important, because at the end of the day, no matter how much you're on your computer phone, business is people to people, no matter where you're in. So people skills, that's another bonus one. So that's a really important one I like to drill down. Anyway, I hope you like those 3 points. The takeaway I would say from this, so the takeaway, if you're going to take anything away from this video, is 2 things. 1, always ensure you have time for your family and friends. Always ensure you have time for family and friends. I know at times that business will be really racked. Like at the moment, going up to Christmas, like work is just 100%. It's just full. Just all go, green lights. There's so much going on. But like for instance, last week I spent the whole weekend with my brother, even though it's full on. Now I'm a little far back, but I'm happy to just catch up and put a few extra hours in. So just make sure you always have time. And another one, which is an interesting one, I didn't really mention this, is even though you're going to put time to your family and friends, but don't let them direct you if they're against / doubt your dreams, okay? Because you'll find that's very common in most family and friends, that they will have a lot of doubt towards what you want to achieve and your big aspirations. Yes, you're going to spend time with them, but don't let their worries and neglect and doubt and any negative emotions they're going to project, and you don't let that bring you down. Don't let that come into your world of when you're trying to integrate them both. Don't let it come into your world to disrupt your focus and your dream, because that's really key. And a lot of that will just come from because they love you. They're just scared. You got to appreciate, like, it's scary for your mother to accept that you go for this dream. They want you to be able to support yourself. Like, it comes from love at the end of the day. A lot of it, even though it might be seen as a negative thing, it does come from, like, because they care for you. But then again, you can argue that and say, well, if you cared for me, then you should be believing what I say, believing and trying to push everything, help me for what I do. But I guess that's another video. We'll go into that in another video. It's a very interesting topic, going into the whole argument of the whole doubt from family and friends, and sort of whether it's coming from spite or whether it's coming from love. Again, it can be argued. Jealousy comes quite strong in there, so it's an interesting one. But yeah, no matter how much time you give to your family, don't get distracted by any doubts or any things they're against, because you'll find that it's very common within family and friends when you try to push yourself out of what they would see as the norm. But you should always be pushing yourself out of the norm, because that's where the winners are. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'll quickly go through the 3 again. Number 1, it builds and repairs relationships. Number 2, it helps you stay humble. And number 3, it's great for your mental health. And like I said, number 1, make sure you integrate them into the journey. Get your family involved in the journey as much as you can. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I just want to rattle off a few final points. This isn't to do with the video now, it's to do with something else. 1, thank you for the 7 subscribers. I think it's 8 now, actually. 8, we're denting the universe. We're going to get there. We're going to be 8 million within no time. If we can get 8, we can easily replicate that to 8 million. So happy days for me. So thank you for that. Again, it's great because now I can discuss with people, debate with people, give them knowledge. We can help each other, so great. Comment down any feedback, any questions, as always. And another interesting thing, something I'm going to be bringing to the channel tomorrow, which is new. I'm kind of just doing some news. So you notice I did the interview. That's obviously a monthly thing. I think I spoke about that in my last video. So that's going to be a minimum of 2 influencers a month. I'm going to try to do more, but it's going to be difficult to get influencers because they don't just walk on the street. So minimum of 2, but I will try to get more each month, which is great because then we can get even more expert knowledge. And another new thing that I'm bringing tomorrow to the channel is I'm a digital marketer, so I thought, why don't I talk about digital marketing? Everyone's always interested in how to grow your social media channels, growth hack and do SEO, help with website content and all this jazz. So I'm going to be doing a digital marketing one tomorrow, so that I'm really excited for that. And the thing that made me thought I'd do that is that I'm actually doing a coaching session with someone tomorrow on digital marketing, helping her with Twitter, I believe. So that's what I thought. So thank you for the 8 subscribers, and I look forward to doing the digital marketing one tomorrow. Let me know if that interests you, or if it doesn't. So let me know. As always, please follow me on all social media: YouTube at Scott Mears, Twitter at Scott Mears _, and Facebook at Scott Mears Entrepreneur. As always, guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye bye.